Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to All the Mods 10. Last time, we actually managed to make two more of the important star pieces, the Dimensional Seed and the Improbable Probability Device. We more or less had everything we needed for both of them already. It was just a couple little odds and ends. I don't even remember exactly what we were missing on either. I know we needed to make the little mini portals for one. And then for this thing, we were missing a second 256M, which I did manage to get all the pieces before the start of last time. Other than that, we started working towards the QCMT that we need for the Nexium emitter, and we went ahead and built the the Ice Dragon Forge, so that we could use that to get all the alloy pieces we need for the star, just because it's probably faster and easier than that machine, than the Source Arcane Enchanter thing. But that was about it. Between episodes, I've done some mathing, and I've set some things up, so I think as soon as I run a couple more things through, we should be able to get this, meaning we're just going to need the Tesla coil for the Nexium emitter, and the Manhattan module for the pulsating black hole. Other than that, I think those are the last two important ingredients we're missing for the star. When we get those, we'll be able to build that, and we'll be able to build that, meaning we'll just need to make the forge, we're going to need the rest of the nether stars, and we're going to need to make the awakened unobtainium vibranium alloys, which apparently we need the ATM star first anyways, and then some pretty easy to get stuff. Oh, and that's a lot of energy. I forgot this thing needed energy. That could be a problem. Not really. Come to think of it, I think our draconic battery has like plenty of energy still saved up. I just need to put up a flex network thing. Never mind, energy is not a problem. I don't know why I freaked out over that. Plus, worst case scenario, I start up the draconic reactor again. But I did some mathing, we're ready to build this thing, and I also did some math on nether stars. So we have three times right now. We need 15, which is just about 77,000 nether stars. That's a lot. I tested things. This thing produces like 2.2 stars a minute or something like that. Even after I went ahead and made like 5 extra nether star seeds, like I I have a bunch of extras and it's still only like 2.2 a minute. It's barely a drop in the bucket, but it is extra stars, so I'm not going to complain about it. So we have like 2.2 here. For simplicity, I'm just going to say 2. And then I timed these sets of machines here, and just by clearing this out and like looking at the time, and this produces about 10 nether stars a minute. Meaning in total, I did my math wrong. Oh wait, no, I'm messing up my numbers. This produces 8 a minute. These each take about 15 per one. I think it's actually like 14 seconds or something like that, because they end up a little bit ahead. But it's close enough to 8 there, I'm just going to call it 8. This is close enough to 2 that I'll just call it 2. Roughly 10 stars a minute, which I think I can probably match that, but obviously I have to build all the withers myself, and that's iffy on how long I can do it or where you can do it. But like 10 stars a minute, 77,000 stars, 7,700 minutes. It's gonna take like 120 hours of running these machines in order to get all the stars we need, which is kind of ludicrous. Like, let's look at game time real quick. Statistics, time spent, or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it is. Days played. Players, time played, 14.6 days. To put it into context, this would need to reach just about 20 days in order to get all the nether stars we need. That is so silly. I'm gonna need to either build more of these machines or come up with a different way for producing those. But anyways, I digress. Let's actually finish up the QCMT, shall we? So we already have most of it set up in here. We're just missing the QCC, which for that, we have most of the ingredients right here. I do have plenty of extra prediction matrices for the nether stars, but most of the things we need are already there. We're just missing the 256M, which we're missing 2 of these 128s, which require these quantum storage components. This is where the problem lies. They're relatively easy with all that stuff, but the quantum processors require printed quantum circuits, which requires quantum alloy, and this rabbit hole just keeps going. So, the quantum alloy requires 4 copper, 4 shattered singularities, and 4 regular singularities per one. We need 8, which means 32 of each, which is what I have set up in here. There we go. But it also requires this quantum infusion, which is put water into one of these, put in the quantum infused dust, and you'll get 1, and we're going to need 8 of these. And these things are just crushing singularities. So that means I'm going to need... Sadly, I have to make 4 sets of these, and I'm just going to have 1 extra... What? What are you even... What? Yeah. I guess I just completely brain farted on what I was doing there. I meant to only pick up 8 and just drop those in there. I guess I picked up the whole pile. Sure, we have a bunch of extra singularities now. But 8 of these are going to go in here. These ones are not sped up. And that one also requires water. Oh yeah, and that's going to produce a fluid, so it's not like I can just, like, put it in here and deal with it. Can I? You know what? Yes, I can. Just put it in a tank instead, which, simple enough. I need to grab fluid pipes anyways. Tank. Tank. Just like the most basic thing. Not that one. I literally picked on one of the least basic things. Singularity tank. Cool. Where do I have any fluid pipes left? If I do, they're over at the other base. Fluid. Pipe. Is it just there? Where are you? There it is. I can just do this, right? Yes, cool. So a tank and this thing. In fact, it should just be as simple as going like that and that, right? Like, this isn't going to produce any other fluids. So there's that, and I should just be able to put in 8 of these in just any spot. Wait, no, I have to crush these things first. I kind of forgot a step. Did I mess that up, or is it working again? Looks like it's working again. The 8 of those get crushed up into this quantum-infused dust. Thank you very much. These get put in here. Let's turn off the thing for a moment. And clear it out. There we go. Quantum infusion. That's going to run through. It's going to be a little bit slow to move over, but relatively fine. There's that, and this, so we can set this thing back up to run. Not that we really need much more, but there is 8 millibuckets, or 8 buckets, rather, of quantum infusion. This can just go right over here. Just like so, right? And a fluid thing. And I believe as soon as I just start pumping in through there, this thing will fill up and is relatively slow without speed upgrades. But 1 quantum alloy... Hold on, I can just do like this. That's not running right now anyways. 8 quantum alloys. Simple enough. And these things just run through the same system as the rest of them, as long as they don't go in here. And those end up over here. Meaning we now have 8 quantum processors, which I believe, if I just grab everything back out, was all we were missing. So, let's see. This, we're missing this. This, we're missing 2 of these. This, we're missing 8 of these. 1, 2... Huh. I forgot an important step here, didn't I? Let's just look at that recipe again. Each of those requires 4. And I need 8. I remember why I didn't do this last time now. Cool. Great. That recipe is so This is, like, so much more expensive than it has any right to be. Like, these singularities are not cheap. That's, like, a full stack of singularities for, like, 4 of them. That is, like, so expensive. It's not even funny. How many of those could I make again? I could crush up another 8. Um, let's see. It's a good thing I guess it's a good thing I made those. So 8 more quantums. That's still the same as, like, running... Yeah, I'm really not a fan of how expensive this recipe is. It's just so mean. It's just mean how expensive that is. That's 8. That's 2 more. Which would be 2 more of those. We need so much. That is so mean how expensive that is. Like, that is absurdly expensive. Like, whatever, game. Whatever. Like, that is asking way too much. I don't know. High-end, advanced energistics and advanced AE and regular AE. When you start reaching the super high-end stuff, it's just, like, kind of absurd how expensive stuff gets. Like, I literally spent, like, 20 hours or something like that building the stupid 256M pocket things. Whatever. Anyways, I just have to let the systems run through for singularities anyways. Not that I'll really be doing that. I think I'm mostly just relying on the weird glitch where I can just duplicate them. Which, it's just time. Singularities are just time. It's just wasting a bunch of time for no apparent reason. I don't really care if that one glitches out. Anyways, we're gonna get into... I think we're going to do immersive engineering first. It's the one I have more experience with between it and Auratech. Plus, I believe that technically there might be a way to help us with our nether star grind in here, if I can figure it out. So, to start, we're going to need the engineer's hammer. I believe, even if I look over here, it's going to tell us the same. Yes, it is. So let's just say that recipe should be as simple as doing like so. Thank you, engineer's hammer. I'm surprised that none of those random, I'm surprised none of these random wooden storage crates actually had one in it. But with that, Industrial Foregoing has its sleek, futuristic design. Mekanism has its dull, modern design, and Immersive Engineering takes it much more retro. Everything is brown, gray, and dark gray. The model starts with the engineer's hammer. These can be used to make plates, dust, or just building our multi-blocks. By the way, did I tell you we'll be making a lot of those in the mod? Hope you like them. Iron and that. So let's just skip ahead a little bit and look at the Tesla coil, which of course for some reason is not on this page. Why? I don't know. You need it for the star. It's pretty important. It should be on this page, but the quest system's not actually that great for this mod, or for this mod pack in total. Like, there's a lot of things that should be here and that should be explained that just are never explained. Oh yeah, but I guess I'll go over the garden cloche. These things, they look a little bit... I don't know. Once I figure out the engineer's workbench and the engineer's blueprints should be relatively simple. But that thing is actually apparently pretty good at growing plants. It can duplicate things and you can use fertilizers with it. So in theory, I should be able to set up a bunch of those and actually duplicate and speed up production of these nether stars. So hopefully we'll be able to build a couple of those. Anyways, ATM star and the Tesla coil is here. So this requires 3 aluminum plates, easy, hammer aluminum. An iron mechanical component, easy, hammer some iron and a copper, easy, easy. Electrum coil blocks, which is an iron and MV wire coil. MV wire coil is a stick. Yeah, a stick and electrum wire. Or insulated MV. Oh, wait, no, that's higher end stuff of the same stuff we need to make here. So you can do that with charging and created gold wires. Okay, you can turn gold into electrum there. You can roll gold electrum in that machine. You can press electrum in that machine. Or you can make the other electrum, which is engineers' wire cutters and electrum plates, which is electrum, which I believe this is gold and silver, if I remember correctly. Yeah, gold and silver gets electrum plates, electrum wires. It's a little bit convoluted. You have to go through a couple of steps, but relatively easy. And HV thing, redstone acids, easy. Actually, most of what you require for the Tesla coil is pretty easy to get. This graphite plates requires a bottling machine. That's going to take some work. So we have to make our way through some things. We need to understand engineers' workbenches and a couple odds and ends here or there. But it's probably not going to be as hard as I think it is. So let's just get started. Where did it go? I clicked away for other stuff. Pneumatic or tech. It should be here. So which ones are we going to need specifically? I know we need creosote, which means we're going to need a coke oven. And I should probably just build all of them. I don't know if I need the blast furnace. Is our very simple and crude way of producing steel. You need to fill it charcoal, coke, and iron. It takes 60 seconds to bake a single steel ingot. That is, once again, kind of absurd. Why is it so hard to get steel in this mod pack? Like, the fastest way is also the hardest one manually labor-wise. There's a whole bunch of machines down here. I know we're gonna need some of these. We'll go over those later on. Anyways, to start, coke oven requires 27 coke bricks, clay balls, and sandstone. Pretty cheap. And the alloy kiln is going to need 8 of these kiln bricks, which is more bricks and sandstone. So 8 of these, 27 of these. Let me just go grab my clay. I don't remember if it's in here or not. Oh, I guess it is. 27 of these. Doop. 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 And of course, I am one set short. Because of course I am. Anyways, I have extra bricks, so it doesn't really matter. Thank you, Saving World, for popping up right then. There's the 27 coke bricks we're going to need. I'm going to need 8 of these. 1. That's really. Cycle to that one. 1, 2, 3, and 8. There we go. So I just set these up like bricks, right? Yeah, they're just bricks. And then you hit the middle of them with the engineer's hammer. Where am I gonna set these up? I guess here? Doop, 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 doop. And doop. Is that really it? Yep, there's the alloy kiln. And then a 3 by 3 by 3 right here next to it. One more row. Doop, doop, doop. Hammer. Concentrated carbon. So the coke oven is made. To make coke, by smelting coal in it, we can make coal coke, or as I will call it, just coke. It pretty much is just coal, but has more uses in IE. You can combine it with iron to get steel, crush it to get coke dust, which you'll need for graphite, or use it as fuel for a blast furnace. There we go. In the alloy kiln, you smelt things together, you get alloys. Wait, steel is an alloy! Hold on, does this actually work for steel? I don't think so. Like, steel recipes, blast furnace, alloy kiln. Huh? I just need you to get it. Adds a whole lot more uses for steel. Why would you... You can build this in the blast furnace. Without coal, you're just smelting it and you're getting slag too. The alloy one is just coal and iron to get steel. I mean, that's not too bad. Anyways, how do we... let's use this electrum recipe. In the blast furnace, or alloy kiln. silver and gold to quadruple it is probably the way to go. So I thought I had some silver in here, but I guess not. Let me go grab some real quick. Okay, thankfully, when I cleared out a bunch of Dragon's Nest, I did collect some silver along the way, so I have plenty of it saved up. But this should be our first batch of Electrum. Eventually, this thing is pretty slow. There we go, Electrum. Is that going to... There we go, and it gives us 5 for free. Anyways, there's the yellow kiln done. How do we use the coke oven? Because we're going to need that creosote as a byproduct of it. So it will be used for treated wood, an essential building block of IE. So, by smelting coal in a coke oven, we can get coal coke. It's really as simple as that. So, I think I can put blocks in here, but I'm just going to go with, how does this work again? I think I do just run it like that, right? Alloy smelting coke oven. Up to 16 at a time. We'll run through. Oh yes, when the fire runs out, that's when it will be done, and it should do 16 at a time, if I'm reading that correctly. It is just pretty slow. Should be a decent chunk of creosote, though. This is my only problem with immersive engineering. I never get too far into it, because the starting stuff just takes so long to run through that I just get bored. That I get bored of waiting and go do something else. Even though I'm fairly sure there's upgrades to these machines that make them run so much faster. But as soon as this first batch of creosote is done, we should be able to move on to the engineer's table and the other stuff we're going to need. Where's the Tesla coil? I should actually save the recipe for it. So the Hy-Vee thing, that needs treated wood, which we're going to need creosote for. I'm curious, is the other creosote easier to get, or in some way? There's a different coke oven that might be faster. No idea, though. That's that. Creosote and modern industrialization. You get from some machines we're not using. That's 30 seconds. I think this might be the tied for slowest way of smelting this stuff up. Oh, well. Engineer's workbench. We're gonna need one of these things, which I believe we did steal, right? Yep, engineer's a circuit workbench and regular workbench. Let's just set these up. You know what? Happy can be our little, engineer buddy. Because why not? That can go there. This one can go here. How does this work? Oh, this uses and/or gates. What on earth am I ever going to use those for? I think the answer is nothing. I am never going to touch that board. So let's see. I believe I need different types of blueprints. No idea how to get them, though. Right now, we just have the engineer's blueprints for cartridges, common projectiles. Sure, I guess we'll take it. And sure, we'll bring this stuff over as well. You know, I probably should just grab this whole thing, but whatever. I'll just grab what I need and put over crates over here. Couple of these. For some reason in this version, it might actually be an ATM thing. They don't actually hold their inventories in this version, which is weird because I thought that was like the main draw of them in like normally. Thankfully, these things hold things and actually have some built-in inventory, so we'll just leave those around. Sure, this is just going to be our little engineer setup. So with these, I can build these cartridges, which we're going to need for the gun things. Sure, they can go in here for now. We're still waiting for creosote. We have the engineer's workbench. Engineer's crafting table. We also have arc furnace electrodes blueprints. These can't be crafted, instead they are last traded from a machinist villager. Okay, so that's for the arc furnace thing in the accumulator backpack. Banner patterns, crafting components. That's an important one, I think. It is used to help the engineer's workbench make small mechanical components for cheaper than crafting tables. It is also used for crafting unique items like light bulbs and circuits. Yeah, we're gonna need this thing. So how do you make it? Lead, iron, copper, or blue dye, and paper. It's all stuff I have. I just need to remember where it is. 1 second. I'm gonna need like a bunch of all different resources. I need to find where I have everything scattered and probably get some more stuff smelting up. For now, I'm just gonna deal with whatever resources I have available. Aluminum in here. I'm gonna need more of that. Definitely gonna need more than one of aluminum. And I figured I'd come double check it. This has like 2 ticks maybe on it. This thing is just on the cusp of working, right? Like, is this like a watch pot never boils situation? Ah, there we go. As soon as I looked away. Filled up on creosote now and other stuff. Those go in there. Take the buckets of creosote. I wonder if I can like hook this thing up with like a fluid pipe into a tank. Maybe. I guess it's worth a shot. I'll just grab this one, and I'll build another one whenever we get that working again. So, to do tank, wrench, fluid pipes. There is... There we go. There should be 16 of them. I'm not sure where the last one went. Aha! That does just work. Cool, that's so much nicer. So, I'll get the rest of these creosote back in here. So, from here, I just need to grab some wood, or any wood will do, it looks like. Just do like so. Dupe. And dupe. 8 treated wood. I'm gonna need a bunch of it, so I'll just turn all 3 of these into it. So 24 treated wood. Oiled up and ready to go. So from there, gives us some some more free ones, buckets of creosote, free treated wood because of that, and some... Oh, that's choice of resources. That could be good. The engineer's workbench is a necessary block needed for many crafts and upgrades. We can use it with blueprints to craft special items that we can't craft elsewhere. Put the blueprints in the left slot and our crafting items into the right slot. Or we can throw our tools into it to add upgrades to them, like the revolver or mining drill. Also, when you add items and blueprints, you can see them on the block itself. It's pretty cool. So let's see. That's not reading properly. I definitely didn't have that. I guess it's reading I had 1 blueprint, so I had all the blueprints for some reason. Specialized projectiles, warning signs, crafting components. This is the important one. I'll save that recipe. In fact, I should be able to make it now, right? Blue dye and some paper. Doop, 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 doop. There's that. This is going to go straight into here. So that's used for electronics, mechanical components, light bulbs, vacuum tubes. Like the stuff we need for this, right? An advanced electron, crafting components, there's that. Oh, I still don't know how to make vacuum tubes, which are also right there. Never mind. We need the bottling machine. And... Pressure, industrial, blacksmith. HOP, graphite ingots. Don't have a recipe? Uses is not what I'm really after. The graphite is going to be the problem here. I think we could get everything else now at this point. Like, that we could build right now if we wanted to. That we could build right now. That and that, I guess I could figure out. But this HOP graphite plate is the problem. The only way to get it is the full bottling machine, it looks like, which that's going to take some work. Bottling machine. Not the metal press. The bottling machine is this one. Fluid pipes, conveyor belts, steel scaffolding. But I believe this also needs energy. We need energy in the ports on the top. I don't know if there's a conversion between the 2 energies. Like, I know Immersive has, like, the wires going up and across and whatever. I don't think I can just... Oh, that's cool. I guess that's what it meant about, like, the blueprint being visible. A little bit weird with how I have this. But I don't think I could just put, like, a flux thing down. Unless there's, like, a flux to immersive energy, which I guess is possible. I don't know. Inventory management right now kind of sucks. I think I need to plan ahead a little bit more than I am. Give me just a moment. Okay, so I'm gonna run a little bit of a test with this mod first, and then we'll figure out how to do like the big important stuff. So we're gonna start with the cloche thing I was looking at before, just because I think it's gonna be easier to make and easier to test. So for this, we need 8 glass, which I grabbed. Going to need an incandescent light bulb, an iron mechanical components, and basic engineering block. Treated wood, iron gets us this engineering block. So that's simple enough, and we get 4 of them. Now, the iron mechanical thing is iron plates, which we can just go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should be this thing all done. And the incandescent light bulb. Paper, copper, and glass in this machine. Thankfully, I have it. So paper, glass, and copper, 3 incandescent light bulbs. So with that, should be able to just make a garden cloche, like so. And now, just to, like, test this. Yeah, like I thought, that's not gonna work as is. Let's see, where did that go? It went randomly somewhere. Maybe on top, bottom. I guess I could try every side, but I don't think this is gonna work. Actually, I can't actually rotate that with this thing. But no, we are going to need to use the actual wires from this mod. So, how are we going to convert energy over? So we're going to need the power systems. We're going to need wire coils. Connectors are what connects things. Whether connector outputs or inputs is determined by the configuration of what it is attached to. On internal energy storage, the tier of voltage determines how much. Okay, so in theory, can I just put like a connector on any old wire, any old energy thing, and in theory, should that work? I think it should. I don't see why it wouldn't. A pair of these, and I think I can just start with copper wires, right? A V, I was pressing the wrong button, apparently. Weird. Nope, not how it works. I believe I have to turn these into plates and then into wires. Uses, copper wires. Make 16 of these. Quarter stack seems pretty good. Then we turn them like so. And then these are put around a stick to get the wire coils. And then I believe I used those in order to actually make connectors and whatnot. So is it like that? Yes, it is. 16 of these. Basic connector. Tiers voltage. Oh yeah, that's right. We need terracotta. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Thankfully, we do have some saved up in here. So wire connectors here. And in theory, I think I can just go like that. Put a connector somewheres. Connector there. A connector there. And just wire from there. That did not work. This is inputting energy, but that is not getting energy into it. Maybe it's a problem with the side. Maybe it needs to specifically on the bottom, or maybe if I go like that instead. Ah, there we go. This is now inputting energy. So this thing's filled up with energy. If I go... Let's just attempt this with the Nether Star. Nether Star and another Star Crux. How well does this work? That goes in, that goes in. Oh yes, I need to pump in water as well. That looks pretty cool. Water. I have this thing set up with infinite water. I don't remember how I did it, though. Where's your infinite water? Oh, there it is. Where did that go? Sink. Like so. And then just grab like random fluid inputs. Just run them like so. Where did they go? There they are. Wires. My inventory is such a mess right now. Input. There we go. It didn't want to. It didn't want to place. So water in. That's going. That's slow. Fertilizer amount. Growth modifier. I mean, it's got energy. It's got everything going. Recipe or uses. And the garden cloche. What are the best? Immersive engineering. Sulfur's pretty good. Bone meal's even better. Slags, same. Industrial fertilizer is basically everything put together. But it looks like just a bunch of bone meal? I can do that. Bone meal. Basically, I'd want to give this thing like a chest and constantly pump this in. The growth amounts. Why is everything from this mod so slow? Like, this mod, every machine in it takes like 20 minutes to do anything, and I just don't really understand why. Like, this feels really weird. Like, it feels like it takes way longer than it has any right to. Our beloved garden cloche. It is an automatic farm, but this quest is simple to use. Input energy from left, right, or top. Water from back port, or I guess bottom works too. Input our seeds, farmland, and optional fertilizer in the item input in the bottom. You'll need a correct farmland for the seeds. It will quickly grow and harvest your crops and output them on the front of the dome. Last notes, it will keep the original seed in farmland and won't use the mop. Dirt will be made into farmland and due to the fertilizers are sulfur, slag, nitrate, and industrial fertilizer. This says it will quickly do this. This is not fast. This does not feel quick. It's almost made it. It has almost made it to one completion. Maybe when it completes and starts over again, like maybe it has to run through as if nothing was in there. And then maybe once the bone meal is in, it will feel a little bit better about it. I don't know. I'm just gonna watch this thing for a little bit, or just let it go. Yeah, that's so much slower. It's not even close. It's not even close how much slower that is. Hold on. Will this work? Time wand. This thing boosts like the tick rate of whatever you click with it. Hey, look, it worked. There's 2. Fertilizer, growth rate's to 1.3. Problem. Boosted speed. This thing does not get enough energy. In which case, I would need medium grade at least in order to provide all the energy it needs. I think this was good in theory. I think this was a decent plan. I just don't know if it's going to really work for what we're after. Because, like, this thing is so much slower. Like, it's not even close. Like, this thing produces twice as many, but it takes like 5 times, if not longer, in order to get one set. I don't know. I guess I'll just plant more seeds, build more H&Ns. I was hoping this would be a way to get more stars. Anyways, I feel like I was doing a lot of and ahhing today. Like, not a whole lot happened. We technically started Immersive, but like barely. Most of the time we were just looking at things, waiting for things to run through. Oh, now we're getting super laggy. Oh well. Do we want to at least build the bottling machine? We're gonna need it. Might as well try and get something done today. So we're gonna need that thing, which requires fluid pipes. Super laggy. It was perfect. It was mostly fine, and now every action is taking like an extra couple seconds. So if that goes in there and you put the hammer in, it said something about doing it cheap for cheap. I don't remember. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna need a bunch of these. You know what? Just do a full stack. That's probably worth it. Fluid pipe needs more of these. One of those. And a bunch of these. So fluid pipe acquired. Quest bottling machine. Can I just save like recipes like that? I can't. Cool. So there's the whole list. Light engineering block needs 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Needs 4 of these iron sheet metals, like so. Gets us the light engineering blocks. Then we need redstone engineering blocks, which is, again, more of these, and just redstone instead. 4 conveyor belts, easy enough. Just a bunch of stuff we already have. Steel scaffolding, which is steel and steel rods. See, what else are we missing? 2 extra iron sheet metals for that. Might as well just build those. And I need to go get more steel, which... Do I have someone here? I do, cool. How do I make the steel rods, then? I don't recall. Oh, that's pretty simple now, isn't it? Doop! Steel rods, yay! Yeah, that's probably the cheap way. So, steel scaffolding. Okay, so how do we build the bottling machine? I believe it is a multi-block. So, to start, make a triangle out of steel scaffolding, then fill the holes with iron sheet metal, redstone engineering block, and light engineering block. Okay, so was I giving space? I was. Cool. So, like this. I'm gonna have to keep looking back at this. Like that. Redstone goes here. Light engineering goes in the top right corner, correct? Yep, and a basic sheet metal goes in this corner. So that's decent enough start already. Next layer. Second sheet metal, the fluid pipe, and another one of those things. Second sheet metal, the fluid pipe, and another one of those things. What was that thing? Another one of those things. Got it. Sure. And the conveyor belts. I guess going that direction? I'm surprised those don't need energy. Road to nowhere. Place a conveyor belt. Yep. So from there, it's going left. I believe it's all set up. Simply hammer the middle conveyor belt and boom, you're done. The hammer. Facing side, no connection. What did I do wrong? That's just rotating. And a light engineering block. And now we just need to add it across the front side. Then add a second iron stub, a food room, and a light engineering block. Simply hammer the middle conveyor. Except it's not working. Except that's just rotating. This is the only hammer from this mod. This is how it works. That's supposed to work. It's It's not working. Why is it not working? That should be the bottling machine, and if it doesn't, then we're just not allowed to beat the mod pack. I guess I got some researching to do. Whatever, let me look this up real quick. 1 second, I should probably look this up now. Does that work? Okay, it needs to specifically be left to right. It's not explained anywhere. And there's literally nothing that says, yay, that makes sense, you're supposed to do it that way. But sure, you have to go left or right. I guess that was it. Cool. We have the bottling machine. So how does that thing work? It gives us free stuff. I'll grab that later on, and a fluid thing. But basically, you take top of the backside. We're gonna need energy in top of the backside. There's no, I guess there. Energy will need to go in there. I suppose this is a good time to test the whole flux network thing. I'm assuming no, but might as well attempt it. Flux plug adds energy into things. So that gets us a flux plug. Wait, does that work? That works. Okay, that is. Ow, electricity. It hurts. Ow. In the time that this thing has produced 6, those things have probably produced 60, if not more. Hey, look, there's over 2,000 in there. Granted, there was probably already some in there, but still, that is just not worth it. So I'm just gonna grab this and move it over. I think it was worth a shot. It's just not good. It's just very, very just not good. I think that's where it was. I don't think I still... Yeah, I put away the, I put away the gardening hole. Did I break it? Did I accidentally put it in the computer and it got deleted? Did I put it in here? Also, the electricity keeps striking down and stuff keeps blowing up. I don't know. I have felt incredibly scattered all day. I should probably go sleep before electricity hits something important. There you go, Nether Star planted. Cool. That can just go in there. So let's just take a quick look at the bottling machine before ending off, shall we? So we know we need that graphite stuff. The HOP graphite. HOP graphite. Cool. Thanks. Thanks, modpack. Like, important information should be on this page. Like, that stuff you specifically need for the ATM star. Please explain how to get it. It's weird. HOP graphite thing. Bottling machine. Plus 8. You need one of these things, which is 3 steel plates. 1, 2, 3. Where did my hammer go? There it is. I'm just hunting for stuff constantly right now. All of my inventories are just complete a mess. Those things go in there. Grab that back out. Let's see. That. That's the metal press molds, which is pretty simple. Whatever, we'll continue on next time. My brain is scattered, it's pretty late. But for right now, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank everyone one more time for watching, and a special thank you to the channel members, Yamato, Tanagura, and Goddess of the Starfilled Void. Thank you both so much for the extra support. For real now, take care, everybody.